Welcome back to the final Swiss round of our League Challenge today at Psychoturtle in Pico Rivera, California. I am Dennis Geisler. I am joined by Woody Gilbertson, and again, it's the final Swiss stage, and this is a win and in for Top Cut.
Yeah.
Both these players at 2-1. All the 3-1s will make Top Cut, so one of these players is going to make Top Cut and one of them isn't. And this match will decide it. It is Turner and Edgar. Turner is running the Golden Go, Incineroar, Rillaboom, Tornadus, Landorus, and Ogerpond Wellspring. Edgar running the Raging Bolt, Tornadus, Amoonguss, Landorus, Incineroar, and Farigiraf.
Oh, this is terrible news. There's no Articuno.
There's no Articuno, actually. Yeah, that's a little strange. I guess Incineroar is cool too. I guess it's not the dominating force in Reg F that Articuno is, but it's pretty good as well.
Yeah.
Both these players we were talking about off stream. Both these players have Incineroar, Landorus, and Tornadus. Couple of differences around the margins there, but I expect all those mons will probably see play, and they're all kind of interesting matchups into themselves.
Yeah. For the first time, I think we're going to see just a battle between two teams, probably pivoting around each other, not trying to stop each other's entire play style, right? We're not seeing teams structured around a single idea or Pokemon for once. But this will be an interesting one to see. We've got a lot of tools. That's one of the benefits of playing these balanced teams, where you're not just saying, I will click Rain move. Saying, I'm going to have a little bit of everything. I'm going to be able to do so many things here. We got a lot.
So we will see the Tornadus and Landorus lead on Edgar's side, and it's going to be the Landorus and Golden Go for Turner. That is the Specs Golden Go. The Landorus does not have... Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I was going to say it doesn't have Stand Seer, but I guess it doesn't really matter in this case,
there's no
there's a
redirection.
Landorus there.
Yeah.
No redirection around. I mean, the big thing here is that there probably has to be a switch out on the Golden Go right now.
Alright, it's losing the game of the floor is lava, so it might want to do something about that.
At least it is able to use Surf in Legend CA now.
Yeah, I
So
saw
that's
that.
nice for it.
Incineroar hates to see that coming.
But in any case, we'll probably see a Tailwind from Edgar, and then I'm curious where the Landorus will try to focus its attacks. It could go for a... Yeah, I was going to say, if it goes for an Earth Power into that Golden Go slot, it won't get anything done. Ooh, actually, just a straight-up Bleak Wind misses the Tornadus, which is kind of a problem, because that is a Sash Tornadus.
Yeah.
And... Okay, Turner's Landorus moves ahead of Edgar's Landorus.
Yeah, I mean, that miss definitely mattering there. Wow.
Yeah, I think that probably would have picked up the KO on the Tornadus between the two attacks.
Yeah. Now you've got to play some interesting games here of how the speed tiers between this mirror match, exact mirror match, same side of the field. Right?
Yeah.
It's going to work out, right? Because obviously you can both go for Tailwind, but then how are your Landorus going in?
And you'd expect both the Tornaduses are going to be faster than both of the Landoruses.
Landorei.
The Landorei, the
Yes.
Tornadii and the Landorei.
Yeah.
But you don't really know which one is going to be faster right now, and especially with Tornadus. You can really customize Tornadus' speed just a bit. You probably want it to be as fast as possible in case there is another Tornadus. They will just click Protect in each other's face. Edgar's did move first there, I will note.
Yes.
Turner's Landorus moved first a second time there.
Right, and now do we just see... Yes! These players know what they're doing, Dennis. Look at this. They know the lines.
It is a beautiful game we play. So, Protects were burned there from both Tornadii.
Yeah.
The Landorei didn't get to accomplish anything there. Do we get a switch at some point here?
I would say, we know we saw it earlier, the Golden Go that would not mind swapping into a Sludge Bomb. So if you're reading, say, hey, we both know this is the optimal play. I mean, this is one of the very mind-gamey parts of this, right?
Although
everyone knows it's the best play. Is it the best play anymore?
Are they about to both do kind of the same play again? There's Electro Furia, that's the Raging Bolt.
Yeah.
We'll get that booster special attack, probably. I would be surprised if it wasn't. Yeah, there we go. This is the Calm Mind booster set, so it can kind of boost up over time, although it certainly is going to have a bit of difficulty doing that in front of Landorus.
Yeah.
Golden Go is also going to switch in. Actually, a double switch for Edgar, so Everybody's moving around.
And we are seeing the same switch order as we saw in moves last time, right? Where Edgar's Tornadus, then Turner's Tornadus. And so it seems like we're starting to solidify the order here.
What a cool sludge bomb.
Hey, you know, chip is chip.
Yeah, it's not terrible damage. This is very funny seeing the sludge bomb.
Yeah.
The big issue here for Turner is Trick Room.
Yeah.
I think Edgar might want to get Trick Room active, especially if Edgar thinks that Turner's Landorus is faster than his own.
Yeah. There is a bit of an interesting situation where Turner can't really deny Trick Room, but you can trick the Trick Room, which would then make things very uncomfortable for the Furdraft going forward.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you'd have to kind of switch it out immediately, and he would have boosted Hyper Voice and Expanding Force from that point forward, but we're going to see the Protect.
Right, I would say maybe...
So probably Protect Trick Room, but...
likely.
Also, I don't know that Furdraft actually takes both these hits.
I don't think it does.
Yeah, I don't think it does.
That
That's a nice read by Turner there to get through that.
Right, and Specs Make It Rain, we've seen this in every regulation Scarlet and Violet has brought, right? Turns out Golden Go is a good mod, right?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, immune to Fake Out, immune to status moves, has a spread damage, stab move, signature move.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, I remember on release, people were like, when people were just reading the description, they were like, "Oh, it's like Draco Meteor," and it's like, no, it is a lot better than Draco Meteor.
Yeah.
So there's Tornadus back in. I think that kind of needed to be the answer, because you need to get Tailwind up. You need to do something like a Tailwind and then like a Dragon Pulse into the Landorus.
Right, because surely you're not really afraid, or if you're the Raging Bolt, you're not afraid of this Make It Rain. It's a -1 now, it's resisted. Not worried about it.
You're not going to get knocked out by it, at the very least. And Edgar's got such narrow margins for error right now that that's kind of what he has to play around, is just, I don't get knocked out by this right now.
Yeah. So we'll see how each of the players go into this one here. We see speed control established, because then Turner can just bring his in and his Tornadus and match.
We do finally see a Terra on Turner's Landorus here. This Terra Steel.
Yeah, I assume this is defensive in case a Dragon move is coming at you.
I think it is, yeah. I would assume it's hopefully to take a Dragon Pulse. I don't know if it does, honestly.
Yeah, it's not a great... Ooh, it does.
16 HP remaining,
Yeah.
and Earth Power will certainly knock out the Electrofuria.
And now we're gonna see another Make It Rain. We know it's locked into that. I don't think that
There's no way Torn takes this.
Yeah, which means it's gonna be Landorus versus the world over here.
And it's gonna be real tough for Landorus to win now, especially because it doesn't have Sandseer.
Yeah, it's gonna be single target, and Turner's got all 4 Pokemon left, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's... You might not be immediately over this turn, but I do think that...
Yeah, it'll take a few turns, but there could be something like just what's it called? Protect plus Make It Rain, or even a switch into Tornadus is not a bad call, because if you can get your own Tailwind up, then you can feel pretty confident that now the Landorus doesn't even have any options.
Yeah.
Especially when you do have that Wellspring in the back, as we can see there.
Yeah, the redirection here. Really helpful when there's only one mod with
just
no
hit it with the funny, cudgel, and you're probably fine.
Yeah, I hear that move.
There is still Terra available for Edgar, but and does actually read the Tornado switch, so there's a nice little play there. Although I think Landorus didn't protect, so Landorus will still get a little chunky Sludge Bomb down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe Edgar has some chance?
I think...
Because I think you just have to, like, keep getting hit by Sludge Bomb and keep getting one-hit KOs on the other thing.
Ooh.
But I think Turner has to start protecting some of these Pokemon. Because I think, so yeah, Sludge Bomb's going to KO the Ogrepon, and yeah, Edgar's actually in this.
Yeah, especially because I think Turner here was reading, he was going...
read the Terra, yeah.
Yeah, I think the slight missequence there, because he thought, like, oh, I'll get one of these hits off, but because of the Tailwind, it gets neither.
Yeah, Tailwind's still active for one more turn there. I don't know about this one.
Yeah, wow, this went from
I don't know about this one.
a 4v1
So now very doable for Edgar's Landorus, and Edgar's playing it perfectly, but I think Edgar's just gonna win this one.
Looks like it.
It needs like a something like a sludge bomb, like 2 sludge bomb crits back to back or something. Because it's close actually.
Yeah.
The next one needs
over.
Yeah, Tailwind's over. So the next one, if it crits, maybe.
Well, I think
I don't even know if it needs a crit.
The issue here is like Edgar still has Terra, right? So that's why
Edgar does have Terra, but it's already resisting poison.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't really matter.
All right. Yeah, my bad. Yeah. Okay, I guess Turner's still just waiting, because, you know, if you're not sure about the damage, in case Edgar were to pull Terra, you know, you'd rather click Earth Power.
Yeah. We'll sit here for an additional turn.
Yeah. And now we're going to find out, and, you know, Edgar probably already has seen the damage. Probably already knows the way this is looking like it's going to go.
Yeah, he knows the exact number.
Yeah.
Although a crit could change things.
Yeah, yeah. Fortunately, I left my measuring tape at home, so I've not been measuring the exact percentage of the...
Yeah, it's pretty close. Okay, we will get the Terra, so we are stalling this out as much as possible.
Love animation.
For the peak excitement.
Yeah.
And that's actually kind of a fascinating Terra play, because I don't think it was necessary. I think it actually just introduced a way that Turner could lose that. Because, yeah, the Sludge Bomb, not very effective, but still just not enough to KO, and Edgar somehow pulls that one out. The 4 versus 1 and the Landorus gets the job done.
Turns out you should never doubt Lando.
Definitely, it was an impressive read from, and not necessarily just the read, but I think Edgar did a good job picking out that the Tornadus was going to switch in there. Knowing that, okay, if Torn switches in here, I get the Sludge Bomb down, I win, or I have a much better spot because now I'm playing with Tailwind the whole time.
Yeah.
I do think that Turner could have played that better. I think it's one of those situations where you're like, oh, I'm up 4-1, I can do whatever and finish this game out, and...
Yeah, I mean, I was literally saying that, and then we started realizing, like,
yeah.
uh-oh.
Yeah, and then very quickly it's like, oh, that doesn't really work out like that. And I think Turner realized it just a little bit too late, because I think there was like a turn like after the Torn drop where you're like, oh, well, Landorus can certainly do this. Landorus can certainly win this if Edgar gets all the calls right, and Turner just didn't really make any calls at that point.
Yeah.
Not protecting the Ogre Pawn, I think, was a bit of a mistake. You could have done something like protect the Ogre Pawn, and then hard switch it into Golden Go, and then worst case scenario, you're stalling out a couple of turns of the Tailwind, and keeping Ogre Pawn around to hit it with an Ivy Cudgel later. Especially if you're kind of stalling around the Landorus as well, because Edgar was focusing down everything else because the Landorus was not doing really any damage.
Yeah. So, you know, obviously, I don't know if I would even say Turner has to adjust the team necessarily. I don't think you need to change what you're bringing because it worked. But
yeah, he got that massive lead. It's just getting the end game right. So, gonna see double genies from Edgar.
Yeah, same.
And I think that's the
no, it's
not. It was Golden Go in the last game. So, bit of a different one for Turner. But I don't mind that at all. And yeah, Ogre Pawn was that 4th Pokemon before.
Right.
And I don't mind it just because generally Ogre Pawn is going to outspeed Landorus. And so if Tailwinds are matched, they're probably going to also... It's going to be the same in that Ogre Pawn will outspeed Landorus with the Tailwind.
Yeah. Yeah, and Ogre Pawn, you know, obviously it's a bit threatened by both poison and flying damage here, but it can pretty easily click that Terra button and get the special defense boost, and then just say, hey, actually, I'm not not afraid of either.
Yeah, it just ends up not being very afraid. And Edgar has to immediately Terra in front of it is the other nice thing. Because, yeah, we're going to immediately see that Landorus Terra.
Oh, that almost makes me wonder, are we not? I didn't pay attention to the inputs, I guess, sorry. But
it doesn't matter. You get to find out with the with Edgar.
Right.
Yeah, it's the spiky shield from the Ogre Pawn.
I was saying, like, that would make me think that there's no Terra there. Ooh,
yeah, and we'll see the Sunny Day from the Tornado. So we've seen all 4 of its moves clicked, I think, at this point. Bleak Wind misses. Torn. Hits the Landorus for pretty solid damage. and gets the speed drop on the Landorus. That's not meaningless, and the Sludge Bomb was aimed into the Ogre Pawn.
Yeah. So now the speed mind games are mostly gone, but now the threat of the Ivy Cudgel is also
well, and the problem, yeah, that's the problem here, is that Turner is looking at this and saying, okay, I could click Rain Dance, but then I would not have Tailwind. I could click Tailwind, but then I don't KO Landorus.
Yeah.
So which of these two do I go for? I think this is the right one.
Right, I was saying, because, you know, we were talking about if you're afraid of damage, there's another button you can click to not be afraid of damage anymore. Edgar's possibly seeing this coming, saying, I don't want to take Ivy Cudgel. Like, you have the option to click the rain back on.
Yeah.
I don't want to worry about that.
Yeah, not only that, it's a pretty easy read to say, okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure that Ogre Pawn's about to click Terra regardless. I don't think it can sit here in front of me if it doesn't Terra. And so, hey, look at that. Now you have an Electric type in front of the Ogre Pawn that's now pure water.
Right.
The Rain Dance does go up, but I believe that's an Ivy Cudgel into what is now a Raging Bolt, which is a lot less damage.
Yeah, I'm curious.
We'll get the booster, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's got that booster energy at all times.
Bleak Wind 100% accurate now.
Yeah.
So it'll do a solid chunk to Torn and actually gets a speed drop that could matter to some degree.
Yeah.
But we'll see the Ivy Cudgel first. Should do... is that a crit? No, it's not a crit. It's just really good damage in rain, I guess.
That's just rain plus Terra there. You know, I don't care that you're a bulky dragon. I'm Ogre Pawn.
Yeah, Ogre Pawn just getting damage down. But now it's awkward with the Torn knowing that it'll drop to a second Bleak Wind, more likely than not.
Yeah, and since the speed drop happens, like now, even if you match Tailwinds, you're going second. Like, definitively. Like, it doesn't matter if everything else before this was
I will say at least the positive is that, I mean, it's a similar spot as before where it's either you get Tailwind up or the other Torn gets Sunny Day up. Because I think it's reasonably likely that Torn just goes for Sunny Day here.
Well, and we've seen the booster energy activate already, so you don't need the damage.
Yeah, it's mostly just to shut off Ogre Pawn. Because if you do that, then you're basically not taking damage. And so, I don't hate this play from Turner, and actually it was just a Bleak Wind. So you're still taking a solid chunk with Landorus, but now the Pokemon on the field are not really threatened by the Pokemon on Edgar's side, for the most part.
Yeah, I mean,
with the exception of, like, Tailwind Dragon Pulse into Landorus.
So you can never not be threatened by Raging Bolt, right? It's very good.
Although at the same time, this is not the Assault Vest Raging Bolt, so potentially a Make It Rain could just KO. Or a Dazzling Gleam.
Yeah.
Or a Shadow Ball.
How many more moves does it have?
One more move and that won't KO. I'm pretty confident.
I've run the damage calcs. It's looking like 0 damage from Trick.
Yeah, possibly the worst move ever. We will see the Landorus Protect. Makes a lot of sense. I wonder if Edgar will read that out and go for something here. We'll protect the Raging Bolt as well, which I like that quite a bit as a play. Torn Bleak Wind, it'll connect into Golden Go. See if it gets a speed drop. Nope, no drop. And did go for the Make It Rain, and so we'll see how much this does to Torn.
Has Torn been chipped yet? No.
No. Oh, yeah. But it doesn't have Sash. Right, that one doesn't have Sash, so it will just straight up drop to Make It Rain. It is spec to Make It Rain after all.
Yeah.
Can't forget that.
Right.
And that changes around the dynamic of this matchup quite a bit, because now the Landorus can do whatever it wants.
Yeah, we didn't ever see Tailwind. So,
yeah, no Tailwind.
Right, so Edgar opted not to go for speed control, said, I want damage on your team, I don't like how much HP you have, which is, you know, how you win games. Usually.
Traditionally.
Yeah. So, you know, I think that there's still plenty of
I wonder
play that Edgar can have here. You know, he might not need speed.
There are a couple of potential options, but yeah, I'm looking at it and I'm just like, oh, what do I even do here? Because you've got your Landorus. I guess this is probably your best play here, is that just stack as much of your damage as possible and say, hey, you can't take down all of us. Especially knowing that Landorus will move before Golden Go.
Yeah.
And I doubt that Golden Go will take out Raging Bolt at this point with the Make It Rain.
Right, and Turner's
At
Landorus does
-1,
have
so-
Sandsear, and both of these mons right now hate to see Sandsear Storm coming.
That's true. I didn't even
100%
realize that
accurate
that's
in the
Sandsear.
rain.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's 100%. That's rough. That is
So-
real rough, actually.
Yeah.
I had kind of been making all of my assumptions, guessing that Sandsear was was not an option. But that'll kind of mess things up for Edgar.
Right.
So yeah, there's the Thunderclap going into the Golden Go slot. What's just an Earth Power? That's a little bit surprising.
Yeah.
I have to imagine Sandsear would have KO'd both of them. I can't imagine it wouldn't have.
Right, they're both about half and weak to it.
And weak to it.
And now, ooh, it's probably going down.
Yeah, Sludge Bomb will take down Turner's Landorus. So that's a critical hit. That might have been necessary. I don't know. I don't care. It's still a bad spot for Edgar here.
Edgar's gonna be down to his last two, right?
Yeah, down to his last two here. So we'll see the final Mon here, which, if we are to believe Troy, is Incineroar. It is indeed Incineroar.
I don't know.
I've never seen this cat. It does mean that Ogerpon eats an attack drop.
Yes.
I don't think that means Landorus will take a hit, but
Yeah.
there is fake out pressure now.
Right, and this tornado, since it's carrying the Focus Sash, means it's not carrying Covert Cloak, so it is susceptible
yeah.
to getting fake outed here.
Yeah, and it's Terra Ghost, but Terra has already been used on that Ogerpon.
Right. You know, this Turner still has all four, right?
Turner does still, no, Landorus just dropped.
Oh, yeah. My bad.
But the problem is, how do
Yeah.
you take out the Ogerpon at this point?
Yeah,
Especially, how do you take out the Ogerpon without dropping to everything yourself? And it might just be, yeah, I think a double protect makes a lot of sense here.
Yeah.
Although, oh, never mind. I've seen so many different Landorus sets today, I was like, oh, is this Substitute here? And no, this one doesn't have Substitute.
You know, but it's running that taunt, you know, not a bad tool to have, right?
Yeah, the problem here is that I can't imagine that you don't just get Ivy cudgeled right now.
Yeah.
Probably on the Landorus, and if so, that's it, because...
Right, your Incineroar is not threatening damage to this
Ogerpon.
Wellspring.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is
Landorus will
intimidated,
protect, so maybe there's some kind of out somewhere here.
right? Okay.
Some kind of, like, Giga Crit. I mean, the problem is, like, Incineroar's moves are like, oh, Flare Blitz. You can't really do that in rain. It
To a
doesn't
water
do damage,
type.
yeah, to a water type. Oh, Knockoff.
Yeah.
Knockoff doesn't get the boosted damage because Ogerpon always holds its item.
Yeah. Doesn't care.
So
I almost wonder if the play there is, like, parting shot, because it's already at -1.
maybe
just say-
just try to take the Ivy Cudgel, but also how confident are you that -2 Ivy Cudgel would
Not KO.
yeah, would not KO Landorus in rain, especially
Oh,
if
yeah,
Bleak
for
Wind is
Bleak
also coming up.
A 100% accurate Bleak Wind, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Landers takes anything.
That's for darn sure.
the number
It has like 4 HP. And now it is just a 1 cat.
Yeah. Well, good news is this Golden Go doesn't have Surf yet, so, you know.
Well, the better news is Edgar won game 1, so he'll get to go to game 3.
Yes. And again, I still, like, I don't know if I would necessarily say, like, oh, what are you going to do to respond to this? Because I don't think there was anything where, like, oh, my team couldn't answer that here.
Yeah.
It's just going to come down to small little things, turn by turn. Saying, like, when do I click this button? When do I force that tip?
Yeah, and we have kind of gotten a little bit into Weather Wars here, which is interesting for how many similar mons they have, but...
Yeah. They each only have one way to set weather, and it's not like their entire team uses it. But when somebody's trying to do water damage and sun is up, no. When someone's trying to do fire damage and rain is up, no.
Yeah. Well, and that's the big thing, is that the Ogerpon has kind of emerged as a really important part of this matchup. And I think that both of these players, now that they kind of realize that, will have to play around the weather a little bit more seriously. I
Yeah.
also wonder, like, is there a time when you try setting up the Raging Bolt? Because
know.
when you look at Turner's team, Well, I guess it's less on Turner's team than Edgar's team, but even on Turner's team, it's like, okay, there's a Landorus there, there's a Golden Go there. You're able to set up a couple Calm Minds.
Yeah.
You're suddenly in a much better spot to start beating a lot of the Pokemon that are on that team. Obviously, you have to have the space to set that up, but if you run like the Raging Bolt plus the Abundes or something.
That's what I would say is I wonder if almost the answer is force the Wellspring to Terra early, and then Abundes is a great answer. Right? Saying, like, I've got, you're no longer a grass type, so you're not immune to my Rage Powder anymore. I've got Rocky Helmet, I resist anything you're trying to do. I can put you to sleep if I need to. This, I don't know. It's hard to commit to that because the Abundes is very much threatened by Incineroar, a bit by the Golden Go, a bit by
Well, and the big thing again that I keep forgetting is that Sandsear is there. And so trying to redirect around Sandsear for Raging Bolt is really tough because you really want Raging Bolt to keep that original typing for Ogerpon.
Yeah.
But you can't really do that in front of Landorus, so I don't really know what the answer is here for Edgar. I'm curious to see what he comes up with.
Yeah, the answer might just be slightly different sequence.
It's gonna be the
Choreograph.
The multiple types of speed control here. The Trick Room and the Tailwind are both on the field here.
Yeah. This does give Edgar a lot of ways to set the pace of the battle for the next 4 turns, but it does mean he's really not threatening much damage right now. I mean, you've got the Throat Spray with Hyper Voice, but that does take a turn, right? So
yeah, the main question is what can the Landorus accomplish right now, like this turn especially?
Yeah, because we've seen how important both players' Landorus are.
The Landorus.
Yeah.
And as a reminder, the winner of this game goes to Top Cut. The loser has no chance at Top Cut, so this is a real big one here.
Yeah, very impactful game.
Bleakwind misses the Farigiraf. That is tough. You really wanted that extra damage there. Farigiraf going to get hit by Earth Power here.
And it
will take it because of the Bleakwind. Now it gets the Hyper Voice off. It's okay damage, but the problem is we just saw, even under Tailwind, Farigiraf is slower than both these Pokemon.
So I wonder if Edgar underestimated the speeds there of the opposing Tornadus Landorus. Right, and for all we know, that may have been a 2-point difference there in what decided the turn order. Because we've seen it now on turn 1, we know on turn 2, there's going to be damage coming out of Turner's side of the field pretty quickly. Almost that Landorus can do some big Bleakwind things.
Yeah, and I'm kind of curious. I think an interesting play for Turner is just Bleakwind Protect. It doesn't seem like what he's going to go for here, but because you don't drop the Bleakwind, and you know that Bleakwind KOs both of these from this range, but
you don't drop the Bleakwind, but you risk crits and speed damage.
Yeah, that is true. A speed drop would really ruin the game for you, so this is a play that makes sense. Bleakwind going to do pretty small amount to Golden Go, although a speed drop is possible, but we'll see. It could matter. No speed drop, and the Hyper Voice won't connect with the Golden Go, so
right, and now you're threatening Classic, Make Your Ring. We've seen it do big damage. It would definitely pick up 2 KOs here if Edgar didn't protect or switch out. And
or even the potentially, okay, well, we're not going to say it. I was going to say it could potentially be the Miraidon special of the Terra Fairy Dazzling Blade.
Oh, yeah. The best fairy type in the format.
The best fairy type in the format. I mean, that genuinely wouldn't be bad in the same way as, like, it worked for Miraidon, because it just gives you a nice spread move, no downside, just solid damage.
Yeah, I mean, it would leave you open to a Terra Poison Landorus.
It certainly would. There are certainly issues with it, but, I mean, it would certainly get rid of what's on the field right now, and potentially be a nice answer for Raging Bolt in the back, but we'll see the Tornadus switch out.
I'm guessing we're going to see,
Electro Furia.
Talk about things that don't mind taking a Make It Rain.
I mean, the problem is it's not Assault Vest. So, it'll take a pretty solid chunk against this. There's a Tailwind.
Yeah, we don't see a Protect from the Farigiraf, so we are going to see this Farigiraf.
And Make It Rain. Okay, that's not as bad as I was expecting for
that's a
damage.
Critical hit.
On the Raging Bolt?
Yeah.
That's crazy, actually. That is a tiny amount. I thought it was going to be way more than that.
So not only does it...
I thought it did more earlier.
Special attack drop, and that was a crit, so that did about half. We're probably going to see about 25% this next turn if the Pokemon don't switch out here.
Yeah, that's kind of nuts. Last turn of Tailwind for Edgar, which is interesting.
Yeah, we did see Tailwind from Turner, so right now, we're effectively at neutral speeds compared to each other, but yeah, starting next turn, Turner's going to have the speed advantage here. And with that Fergraph gone, there's no more option for her. You can't, make use of your opponent's Tailwind.
I'd really like a Rain Dance switch here, but we're going to see the switch for sure.
Yeah, you don't want
That's what they're playing on.
Yeah, it's not threatening enough damage, and he's threatened a lot.
Yeah, and I like the Protect. It's safe. You're probably going to drop the Sludge Bomb, but Sludge Bomb. Oh, Edgar reads it perfectly. He calls out the switch out from the Golden Go into the Ogre Pond.
Yeah, that's
a perfect
a
call out there, and the Calm Mind.
Ooh.
Absolutely perfectly called by Edgar, and that puts him in an incredible spot to win this one.
Yeah, we suddenly just went from a how are we going to do this one to a your Ogre Pond's gone and I'm boosted against all your special attackers.
Yeah.
The only thing you have left against me is now going to do less than. Wow. Yeah, great
and
play.
at the very least, there is kind of an answer in the Landorus. Like, the big thing is just that Landorus does a bunch of damage. Like, you do have to tear... Like, it's kind of a Terra 50-50 here, because it's either Sludge Bomb against the Terra Fairy Raging Bolt, or Earth Power against the non-Terra Raging Bolt, or Earth Power against the Terra Landorus.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily the... Well, maybe it's a read. Again, we're still reading.
Yeah.
And it could potentially be a Protect on the Raging Bolt this turn, depending on what the switch could be here.
Yeah.
We're just going to switch first, which it has to.
Yeah. I would almost like to have seen a Protect here on Landorus from Turner to scout, like, what are you doing? Are you tearing anything? Yeah.
Yeah, but you're also burning your Protect turns is the problem, or your Tailwind turns, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I think Turner called that perfectly somehow. Oh, no, actually, I'm lying. I'm lying. Because I think it was the Sludge Bomb into that slot, so... Yeah, Electro-Furia does Protect.
So is this Edgar's perfect call then? Well, I guess maybe not so perfect, like, you didn't necessarily...
Yeah, Edgar's very reasonable call, because it doesn't really change a whole lot. The Sludge Bomb, back the other way, it'll do a lot more damage. Ooh, doesn't pick up the KO, though.
No, crucially. And, yeah, in this last turn of Tailwind for Turner?
I believe it is Turner's last turn of Tailwind.
Right, so he's got free reign with Golden Go Landers here. Electro...
Yeah, although keep an eye out for the Thunderclap here into the Golden Go.
Yeah, it would certainly be good chip damage. With the Calm Mind, actually probably pretty threatening, but I don't know if I do that KO.
I see the Landorus Protect. I do like that quite a bit. Protect Thunderclap? No Thunderclap. And it will just drop the Earth Power here.
Yeah. Now, I think we saw this in earlier rounds that Turner's Landorus was consistently faster, right?
Yes.
But now Edgar is going to bring in final Pokemon, which should be that Tornadus.
Yeah, we saw the Torn. Did we see the Ferrigiraf get knocked out? We did, right? Yeah. Okay, so it will be the Torn.
Right.
Tailwind can get back up, but Turner's in a pretty good spot here to just click Make It Rain regardless. Oh, there's not a lot of health bars back there, though. There's not a lot of good Pokemon in the back. Although, to be honest, Bleakwind does okay damage here.
I mean, Bleakwind takes care of Landorus, and like we were saying, Tornadus shouldn't be faster than Landorus.
Yeah, so I like this play quite a bit, actually. Just to take one hit on the Golden Go. We'll see if Edgar calls it out, but I do like it. If Edgar does call it out, it's going to be a really good spot for him to be in with the Tailwind Sludge Bomb.
Yes, absolutely. We'll see here.
Because we'll see the Landorus Protect.
This would be such a hard read to make, though.
Yeah.
You know?
There's the Tailwind.
Hold.
And it was Sludge Bomb into the Landorus to try to finish it off there. Maybe anticipating a switch or something in that slot, but Make It Rain does go down and picks up the KO. And that'll put Turner through to top cut with a 3-1 record in Swiss.
Wow. Really well played.
Really fun set there. Yeah, there was a lot of weird... And that's the thing, is when you're playing such similar Pokemon, especially when you have to bring such similar Pokemon to the matchup, where you're like, okay, Landorus is so important to both of our teams here. when you're playing like that, you do have to make kind of these like wild reads, and both of them made some really good calls towards the end of game 3 especially, and Turner just ended up coming out on top.
Yeah, well-deserved top cut for Turner. See him in top 4.
And we will see him in top 4, and we will see who joins Turner in top 4 in just a moment when we come back for our top cut. Don't go anywhere.